So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
Friends, welcome back. I hope you enjoy part 1 of Hilton Bell's interview as much as we did. And I have you another surprise. This is the final part and second part of this interview with an outstanding artist. Above all, he's an outstanding being and an outstanding artist. So with much said, here is part 2 of your interview. Where can they find you? Is it hiltonbell.com?
Yes, that's correct. hiltonbell.com.
Yeah, he has an awesome website where you can see all the different ventures, or many of them, if not all, that he has taken, and it's a beautiful website. So again, hiltonbell.com. All right.
Okay.
Yes, next question.
Uh-oh.
So, what advice will you give to someone trying to pursue a career similar to yours or as an entrepreneur? Because you have so many careers.
Similar to mine. I don't think anybody should pursue a career similar to mine. I think they should pursue their own career, whatever that might be, their own path, dreams, their own love for whatever it is they do. Advice could I give someone? Take a winning attitude towards what you do. Positive. There's no shortage, of always 1,000 reasons why something can't be done or shouldn't be done. Or, if you want to sit down, the old concept of analysis paralysis. Sometimes the saying that I've heard in more recent times, you can analyze something so much that you can talk yourself out of anything. So watch that you don't do that. Even though I said earlier, I think it's important that you actually look at things from a planning perspective and look into the future, but importantly remain where you are in present time with your enthusiasm for what you do, and do what you love. I don't care what that is. It's like whatever it is, and that's a broad arts. Is it the technical aspects of things, and there's medicine. There's many different fields of medicine. Find a channel that really lights your fire, and pursue that channel. And yes, you've got to get to it. Learn what you got to learn. Study it hard. Study it in deep. Find the right people to get the right information from. There's in this stage there's no shortage of information, all that sort of thing. And also, I think it's important to realise the difference between real information and data, hard, cold data, and opinion. And whenever I give, a talk or a lecture or to people that I'm training or whatever, it's like I have opinions about things. And sometimes I'll express opinion, but it's an opinion. It's not a fact. Versus what's a fact I can demonstrate to be true, whether the wind's coming from the north or it's raining or it's dark or light. A truth is a truth. It should be able to be demonstrated at any point in time. So really find the truth and the right data in the fields or the areas or the things that you're pursuing, and hang your hat on those, and prove them to yourself that is a workable formula, or that's a workable fact, or that's don't take people's opinions as being fact, really just get your truths down on your basics in any given field, because they're there in any field. Seek those and then become so familiar with them that you don't actually have to think about them. You know, in any field you do, if you really watch a super competent person in any field, they're not thinking about what they're doing because they have absorbed all the real truths and facts of that field, and they think with them, not about. To me, I get, there's some of the fundamentals. Stay true to your own goals and your own purposes, and be prepared to listen to people that can offer you something, even if it's what to do, because you can always learn something off somebody. Interested in what people have got to say. I made it my business when I was young in my career to go and expose myself to people that were good at what they did, were way better than me, and I watched them intently, and I always had an inquiring mind and asked people questions and why are you doing that? Why are you doing that way? Why aren't you doing? Is that the best way? Etc. etc. I was a super inquisitive mind, and I still do have. It's like I see somebody do something, I'll still go, oh, why are you doing that? Can you explain to me this? Don't be afraid to ask anybody about anything. Yeah, that's, I guess, the keys as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you. You drop a lot of amazing jewels. One of those is like the difference between fact and opinion. And this is just a mini drill for you guys, audience. Is like, remember a time when you took a decision based on opinion only. And remember the results of that. And now, remember a time when you took a decision based on facts, hard facts, not viewpoints and opinions, and what was the result of that. So that is freaking awesome. Now, you touch a lot of the assets that you think that it's like really key to become successful as an entrepreneur. Any other assets that you will, comment on that you feel that are key to succeed as an entrepreneur or in life?
Assets. Staying hungry, staying alert, staying, inquisitive. And I guess, to me, it's sort of like, for me at least anyway, it's like I'm sort of inquisitive about things that I enjoy, or not even things that I not necessarily don't enjoy, but I see someone doing something, it's just inquisitive enough to be able to go, oh, I noticed you did blah, blah, with such and such, it's like, why? How did you do that? Why are you doing that way? I've never been backward in people when I see something as to, can you explain that to me, please? And every now and then you run across someone who'll go, no. It's like, really? Okay, but 99% of the time it's like people will go, yeah, okay, you're interested, okay. And one thing I've learned over the years of different people, of all sorts of different people I've come in contact with, and some of them have been, celebrity status and all that sort of thing, but it's really, to me, there's people that, the really super professional people, whether it's in the music world or acting or any of the fields or creative fields, or for that fact any fields, it's like doctors or whatever, the really, really good ones and the really top ones will always share and are very humble and it's and all that sort of thing. And I'd always, when I hear someone going, oh, let me tell you about how good I am, it's like, to me, it's really, because the really good ones that I've actually come across over the years don't actually do that. They don't have to. It's like talk for them rather than let me tell you how good they am. And so to me, it's a red flag when somebody stands up or whatever in a conversation, let me tell you how good I am. And really, you've got to explain that? Okay, you've got a ways to go. And I don't mean that to sound derogatory on people. So there's people who can blow their own trumpet from time to time and all that sort of thing. If you're good at what you do, it's it's okay. But there's a difference when people explain how good they are, because most of the really top people don't. Adults, but just remain inquisitive and keep creating. And at the moment you figure you know it all.
That's right. Thank you so much. Okay, next question. What are the 3 concepts or 3 people that have been the most influential in your life?
Okay, interesting question. My father, strangely enough, and I think that the concept, hard-working man, did his thing, conquered everything that he put. Concept was, just growing up around that there was nothing you can't do if you put you're doing that, and the concept, that was, of course you can do it. Growing up country, blah blah blah. You actually have to make things happen. Nothing happens. If anything happens, farm environment. It's what happens is what you may do something, do it properly. Having that sort of do it properly, or don't do it at all. Wow. So I think that was definitely an influence. Nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. That's true. I mean, there's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. Individually, yes, there's a space station. Someone conceived it. Some individual went blah. You got a whole bunch of other people to go, oh yeah, maybe, and that was a whole group of people that put that thing up in place up there. There's thousands and thousands of people put that up there, but there was an agreement through enough people initially that it could be done. Someone conceived it, and it got done. Imagine 100 years from now what's going to be done. Wow, I think it's in terms of that's one thing, and another thing that comes to mind as a concept. I remember saying someone years and years ago, I was in my 20s, but I was had a person said, well, it's always pertinent on the basis of who you compare. So be careful who you compare yourself with.
You compare.
Well, meaning if you're
right.
doing something, compare yourself to someone who has a very low standard, then you're amazing, don't you? If you compare yourself to someone who's the field or the top of their craft or the top of their, and comparison, then you only have space to grow, because that's what you're comparing yourself to. So, and that was like, so to me, shooting high because you see someone do something and it's damn amazing, and it's like. And having said that, you watch, riding a motorcycle, you watch the MotoGP riders like Renzo and Rossi and one thing and another, those guys, and they're like remarkable. Now, do I ride anywhere near their skill level? No, but would I like to? Yes. They've been doing nothing else for years. Their craft. But by comparison, I'm crap at what I do when riding a motorcycle. No, I know I'm not crap. I'm better than a lot, but that's the aiming point.
Right.
If that makes sense, because look at the level of skill and perfection, but that's the point that we'll get there unless I put in the time, effort, and energy, and I'm way past. Maybe next lifetime I'll think about it. But yeah, so being careful who you compare yourself. Being careful is not the right word. Using the right standard as comparison, I think, is set your goals higher, and not get invalidated by, oh wow, Rossi, as a motorcycle rider, for example, started when he was 6 or something, and did nothing else. And that's dedication. So one can get invalidated by that, or you can get inspired by it.
That's right.
And I get inspired by it because it's a level of excellence, particular scenario. Or the amazing surgeon that separated Siamese twins that no one else could do, and this guy did it. And it's like, wow, what an inspiration in his skill set. Proved it could be done, and so they're the primary concepts, I guess, and things that I can think about.
That is amazing. I heard, just watch it with the people you surround yourself with.
Yep.
Right? So either you surround with the best of the best or high qualities, or you surround with somebody who has very low standards, and then, you live that kind of life. That's really valuable. Thank
Good.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, awesome. Next question.
Oh, there's more.
I think we're almost done.
What would I ask the question?
That's exactly right. I'm going to get you to ask the question. So here we go. If you were in my shoes, what questions would you ask, or you have asked yourself that I didn't?
Wow, that's an interesting one, isn't it? I don't know. We've covered a lot of ground there.
You brought up, what will your 20-year-old or 15-year-old, self will say to your 57-year-old? Let's put it the other way around, right?
Right.
So is there anything you will want to add to that?
Well, I guess talking about success and, business success and failures or blah or one thing or another, but it's sort of like, I guess, there's aspect of happiness, really. Not all just about work, to me, it's sort of like there's young, I spent a lot of time working, and that's where improving my skill set and all those sorts of things, which is fine. And I guess taking time to make sure you're pursuing a balanced life. Got older, became more pertinent to me in terms of balls to the wall, but to enhance your career and learn your skill sets and one thing and another, and cost of family, sorts of things, your spirituality, your general, or your concept of God, of how you're interacting with life as across the spectrum. Make sure that there's I would say balance where and how you can in life. The older I get, the more I realise that how important that others about work or whatever, but to maintain a balance in life that you're enjoying all aspects of life, if that makes sense.
Makes total sense.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully that answers your question.
It answers my question. Anything else you want to add?
No. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you so much. This is awesome. Really was a treat. Okay. And I'm amazed. I've interviewed a couple of people on this podcast, and you are one of the most well-rounded beings I interview, because sometimes, as you say, we thrive in an area of life, but you have so many areas you've created on, and you are freaking good at it. Oh. And in one, you really excel. So I think what you share with us were really, really jewels.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure.
All right, good. So where can they find you again online?
My website?
Yes.
HiltonBell.com.
Okay, awesome.
And I'm not selling anything there. It's just whatever.
For the treat to know you, and get more jewels.
Mind you, if anybody's looking for a lovely painting.
That's exactly right. They can go and check your art. Why not?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Marina.
Thanks for joining us today on 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again. We love always hearing from you. Please feel free to send Marina an email, marina@marinasimonbrand.com. Your input and comments are always welcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like the podcast, you can always subscribe to it. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it.